Federal government hosts post-harvest summit, implements plans to reduce post-harvest losses and food waste. NDLEA raids Lagos hotel, seizes billions in illicit drugs. And French diplomatic mission focuses on protection of environments and climate change, highlights spirit of cooperation among member states. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. We'll begin with agricultural matters. The federal government plans to implement a system that will significantly reduce post-harvest losses and food waste in the country. This came to light during the second post-harvest summit hosted by the federal government in Abuja. Musa Baba Ali reports.
A good yield is often attributed to farmers' hard work, dedication, and investment. However, this goal may not be fully realized if the harvest is poorly handled, resulting in significant waste of produce. In Nigeria, approximately 40% of harvested produce is wasted during and after harvest.
You see, we are losing close to 3 trillion naira annually as a nation. And up to now, we are yet to solve the problem of post-harvest.
This summit, organized by the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute, aims to address the challenges of food waste caused by inadequate post-harvest handling. Experts drawn from across the food production value chain in the country lament the high incidence of food waste. They also showcase new technologies and innovation for handling crops before and after harvest. The conference also explore Nigeria's potential in cassava production, focusing on strategies to add value and reduce post-harvest losses.
Nigeria is the largest producer by almost 45%. Everybody knows about cassava. And of course, if we can be able to focus on our challenges and then outline all this using the data management system or the integrated data management system, we're going to make sure we're going to have all these post-harvest losses to a barest minimum achieved.
A representative of the President of the Senate unveiled a dashboard showcasing progress in modern technology and innovation for post-harvest management.
Conferences and exhibitions like this should be taken to the farmers in the grassroots, where they can see, feel, hear practically and firsthand the losses incurred by our farmers in their rural communities and also seek their opinions on the way forward.
The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute is tasked with researching post-harvest handling and stored issues related to agricultural commodities in order to reduce losses and improve food security. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Meha, says the federal government is focused and believing that the National Livestock Development Accelerated Strategy will drastically transform the sector if and when implemented accordingly. The National Economic Council, under the chairmanship of Vice President Kashim Shettima, approved the strategy at its 149th meeting. The minister, in a chat with State House correspondent Musbah Danwahab, says the strategy has the potential to end the perennial farmer-herd clashes in parts of the country.
We don't want any crisis arising between herders and farmers. We would have created bridge between the two so that they will live in a symbiotic relationship, where farm residue will turn into animal feed, where fertilizer, organic fertilizer coming from the animals will now serve as organic fertilizer for the farmers. We want to see them moving as one solid national team towards addressing food security. This is where we want to be. We want to be in a position where we have eradicated a number or brought under significant control endemic diseases that are debilitating our livestock. We also want to significantly bring under control foot and mouth disease. We also want to be in the position to be able to put border control posts in terms of transboundary diseases all across the international cattle corridors coming into the country. We have identified them, we have digitized them, we are working on a model for each of those locations. That is where we want to be, and that is the way to go.
For details of that conversation and more, join us this week for this week's edition of Executive Recap on the network service of the NTA, coming immediately after Newsline at 10:30 p.m. The Nigeria Oil and Gas Integrity Forum has commended the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, for its successful implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, noting the law has transformed Nigeria's oil and gas sector while attracting investments and promotion of Nigerian content. In a statement, the forum's Vivian Okorafor said under the leadership of Benga Komolafe, NUPRC has introduced digital platforms that simplify regulatory compliance, boost efficiency and reduce corruption, adding that the Commission's policies have empowered indigenous operators, allowing more Nigerians or Nigerian companies to participate in the upstream space. The new fiscal regime has made Nigeria a more attractive destination for upstream investments with competitive terms and predictable procedures. This development has regained the confidence of all local and international investors, reversing the trend of capital flight and investor distrust. The forum urges President Bola Tinubu to shield institutions like NUPRC from political interference, emphasizing the importance of strong institutions over individual interests. With the PIA implementation, Nigeria is on the path, potentially leading to a new chapter in its oil and gas history, marked shared prosperity. In a landmark achievement for the Nigerian Air Force and a major boost to its research and development endeavors, the Governing Council of the Air Force Institute of Technology, AFIT, has approved the appointment of Air Vice Marshal Osichinaka Ubadike as Professor of Aerospace Engineering. This makes him the first ever serving officer in the Nigerian Air Force to be conferred the rank of Professor. The statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimene Jodam, indicates that Air Vice Marshal Ubadike, an accomplished scholar and military professional, has led several cutting-edge research initiatives within the Nigerian Air Force, including his pivotal role in the development of the indigenous Nigerian Air Force Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, UAV, which demonstrates the Air Force expanding technical capabilities and strategic independence. The Governing Council also confirmed the appointment of retired Air Vice Marshal Paul Jemitola as the Professor of Aerospace Engineering. Professor Jemitola, former Commandant of AFIT, is widely respected for his expertise in multidisciplinary and multi-objective aircraft design optimization. The conferment of the professors is a testament to the vision of the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, who has prioritized technological advancements through education, capacity building, and research and development. The Chief of the Air Staff stated that the Nigerian Air Force will continue to invest in the empowerment of its flagship training and capacity development institutions to progressively minimize dependence on foreign expertise. This approach reaffirms the Air Force commitment to academic excellence and research and development to cultivate homegrown expertise capable of meeting evolving national security and aerospace challenges. Departments of State Services, DSS, successfully recovered a large cache of arms and rescued kidnapped victims across 5 states, including Kaduna and Delta. In Kaduna, the DSS arrested 8 suspected bandits, 22 informants, and several others involved in various criminal activities, leading to the recovery of 5 AK-47 rifles, 1 general-purpose machine gun, 3 rocket-propelled grenades, and around 5,000 rounds of ammunition. 79 kidnapped victims were also rescued. In Delta State, DSS operatives recovered 50 AK-47 rifles and 3,000 rounds of ammunition in Asaba, arresting a serving British Army officer in connection with the arms. Local Ijaw communities have called for a thorough investigation to prevent renewed conflict in Warri. Kaduna State Governor Ubasani praised President Bola Tinubu for appointing Oluwatosin Ajayi as the DSS Director General, citing improved efforts against insecurity. Recent operations in Kaduna have resulted in 54 arrests and significant arms recovered. Elsewhere, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has raided a new 80-room hotel in Victoria Island, Lagos, suspected to be a front for drug distribution. During the operation on April 25th and 26th, operatives recovered 589 bags of Canadian loud cannabis weighing 417.3 kilograms, valued at about 1.5 million naira. 3 suspects, Ezeitu Ofoku, Samuel and Emmanuel Ame, were arrested, while 2 others are still at large. Its items seized include multiple vehicles, 24 new TV sets, 10 used TV sets and 13 refrigerators believed to be proceeds of the drug trade. In a separate operation in Jigawa State on April 23rd, NDLEA operatives intercepted Toyota Sienna carrying 200,000 pills of tramadol and almost 218,000 capsules of pregabalin. A statement by Director of Media and Advocacy of NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, says the 2 suspects were arrested and follow-up actions in Kano led to the recovery of an additional 1.6 million pills from another vehicle and a home. NDLEA also intercepted 46 wraps of cocaine concealed in body cream destined for Saudi Arabia and seized 3,814.9 kilograms of skunk during a raid on farms in Edo State. Advocacy activities, including WADA sensitization lectures at various schools, were conducted nationwide. NDLEA Chairman Brigadier General Mohammed Buban Marwa, retired, commended the efforts of operatives across multiple commands in addressing drug-related issues. It's the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
Baffy Furniture Easter Sales is on. Enjoy unbeatable furniture deals with up to 50% off on our luxurious Turkish sofas starting from just 2.8 million naira. Get a smart bed for only 7 million naira plus 25% off our luxury collections. That's not all. Enjoy free delivery and installation in Abuja, Lagos, Enugu, and Kano. Visit any of our showrooms or shop online to take advantage of these incredible offers.
Welcome back. Kogi State Government has reaffirmed commitment to the welfare and prosperity of Kogi State. A statement by Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, highlighted the administration's focus on industrialization, agricultural expansion, and infrastructure developments, noting significant improvements in livelihoods across urban and rural communities. Fanwo emphasized Kogi is on the move to success in terms of its agricultural policies to combat food inflation and enhancing Kogi's reputation as a key food producer, considering initiatives to empower farmers, turning them into entrepreneurs. The Commissioner also reported the upgrade of over 300 primary healthcare centers to improve access to quality healthcare in rural areas, reducing rural-urban migration as people choose to stay in their communities. In addition, he mentioned rural electrification projects, ongoing road rehabilitation, and revitalized water supply systems, all aimed at benefiting grassroots communities. The administration has delivered quarterly palliatives to vulnerable populations and train youths in various skills, providing starter packs for sustainability. FAMO acknowledged the state government's commitment to education with significant infrastructure enhancements and to environmental regeneration. He also stressed the importance of security, stating that Kogi's security framework has been strengthened under the leadership of Commander Jerry Omodara, retired. The Katsina state government has rolled out financial assistance to support victims of recent fire disasters in the state. Through the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, the state government disbursed a total of 65 million naira cash assistance to 102 affected individuals across the state. Awal Haliru has the report.
The assistance is part of the state government's ongoing efforts to provide emergency relief to its citizens in need. Each beneficiary received between 240,000 naira and 3.5 million naira to help cushion the impacts of the disaster.
This money given is not to compensate the victims for their losses, but to assist them alleviate some of their sufferings.
The Katsina State Deputy Governor, who flagged off the disbursement exercise, expressed satisfaction that victims of natural disasters are being supported to recover from their losses. He emphasized the government's commitment to the welfare of its citizens.
Government has done so well in terms of support to the vulnerable groups and victims of even banditry and other criminalities, apart from the kinetic approach being used by government all the time.
A commandant of the Federal Fire Service, Katsina, advised citizens on ways to prevent such incidents in the future. He highlighted the importance of fire safety measures and urged residents to take necessary precautions to avoid similar disasters. In Katsina, Awal Haliru, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress says for the first time in the history of the nation's political outplay, major opposition parties are gradually dissolving into the governing party in an unprecedented number. This was during an emergency meeting between the APC governors, the National Working Committee of the party, and some new entrants from Delta State. Abubakar Akwanga reports.
In the last few weeks, the pace of defection from the People's Democratic Party, the Labour Party, and the New Nigerian People's Party has risen astronomically. And the latest is the Delta tsunami, where almost all the elected public office holders and heavyweights dumped the PDP for the governing All Progressives Congress, the APC. Now, leaders of the party converged on Abuja to retrospect and make predictions for the defection of more members owing to the purposeful leadership under the Tinubu's presidency in less than 48 months.
And they will come together as a family to grow the party and support the government in Delta State for the benefit of our people and members of our great party. So I think we're happy with the development and the big testimony to the fact that APC government in Nigeria is being admired by many, if not all and sundry.
Now the party is also preparing grounds to balance the equation between the old and new breeds in a way every interest shall count in the build-up towards retaining power for the full delivery of the renewed gestation period in 2031. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Meanwhile, former Jigawa State Governor and PDP national leader Sule Lamido has expressed optimism that defectors will return to the party, citing its strong structure and patriotic values. His remarks came during the PDP's local government's Congress election in Bernikudu, where new leaders and National Convention delegates were elected. Awal Mohammed Kazauri reports.
The People's Democratic Party local government leaders was conducted peacefully and in a calm atmosphere across Jigawa State. During the exercise, supporters of the party turned out in large numbers to elect local government leaders and delegates who will represent the state at the party's forthcoming national convention. Stakeholders commend the conduct of the election, describing it as free, fair and transparent. They also expressed satisfaction with the impressive turnout and the commitment of members towards strengthening the PDP at all levels.
The event is well attended At the same time, it's according to the guidelines of the People's Democratic Party.
Meanwhile, former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido received a number of ward leaders from other political parties who recently defected to the PDP. Speaking at the event, Lamido expressed confidence that more members who had defected to other parties will eventually return once they realize their personal ambitions are not fulfilled elsewhere.
In their own wisdom, people may not feel that I should go there as a delegate, if only to maybe to be able to guide them, I don't know. But the idea I shouldn't have been a delegate, to be honest, because I've been around for too long. But because of the change of the constitution of the party, that you have to be elected at local government level before you become a delegate at the convention, that's why they elected me.
His remarks highlight the PDP's effort to maintain unity and resilience amid internal challenges and defections. In Duse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here's a recap of our major stories. Federal government hosts post-harvest summits, implements plans to reduce post-harvest losses and food waste. NDLEA raids Lagos hotel, seizes billions in illicit drugs. French diplomatic mission focuses on protection of environment and climate change, highlights spirit of cooperation among member states.
This is NTA News 24.
French diplomatic missions and cultural institutions are focusing on the protection of the environment and climate change to highlight the spirit of cooperation among its 88 member states. This is coming at this year's Francophonie Day celebration at the Lycée Français in Abuja. Suleiman Abdulwahab reports that the event is part of a broader effort to promote the French language, culture, and unity across Nigeria.
From today onwards, cutting down trees is prohibited. The event began with a colorful dance competition featuring Igbo, Tiv dance, and other traditional performances. Students later took the stage with songs, dances, and drama in French, celebrating both Francophone and Anglophone cultures.
Un grand bravo à notre ambassadeur.
A big thank you to our ambassador for helping us finally showcase our culture, something we hadn't been able to do for many years.
Que nous n'avons pas fait depuis des années.
Il était question pour nous au Gabon.
It was our goal to celebrate and showcase Gabonese culture.
Nous avons comme potentialité sur le plan culturel.
Typically, Francophonie Day is in March. We decided to have it in April this year. And the idea is to celebrate the diversity of Francophone cultures and to celebrate the French language, which is what is uniting all these countries.
I'm very proud to welcome the Francophonie event today. We are very proud.
French Deputy Chief of Mission, Jean-Francois, and Bulgarian Ambassador Yanko Vasilis Yunadov jointly stressed the urgent need to tackle climate change, biodiversity loss, and environmental conflicts.
So we want to raise the awareness of the importance of fighting the climate change in a way that benefits all nations, that mitigates really the climate change effect, and that benefit the lives of all the citizens all over the world on the planet.
The Francophonie has been very much engaged for many years now to move forward and to protect the environment through many small projects that we are having, for example in Nigeria, with some key research centers or universities in Nigeria, to make sure that we can progress on that field.
The Abuja celebration was part of a nationwide series of activities including film screenings, exhibition and debates promoting Francophone values. In Abuja, Suleiman Tobu Abdul Wahab, NT News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adigunloye.